Behind every passport is a dream, and the people making those dreams possible, travel advisors. Welcome to the Dream Seller Show, where the world's most inspiring travel agents pull back the curtain on how they turn their passion into power and trips into transformation. I'm your host, Rajni, and we spotlight real agents with unreal success. We bring you behind the curtain into the real lives, real struggles, and real wins of everyday travel agents who decided to bet on themselves. They were not born successful, they were not handed a shortcut, but they had one thing in common: a bold vision and the courage to sell not just trips, but transformation. So, if you are ready to rise, to recharge, and to rethink what's possible in your travel journey, this show is your permission slip. So, now let's talk about today's episode. What if I told you that today's guest has sold over $1 million in travel, ranks among the top 20 agents out of 20,000, and has built a global brand around unforgettable luxury group experiences? Meet Valerie Rutherford, a top ranked travel professional with over $1 million in travel sales. Known for curating unforgettable luxury group experiences, she has helped travelers to explore the world in style. As the owner of a thriving travel business and a trusted coach to aspiring agents, Valerie empowers others to build wealth through travel. She has earned a seat on the Founders Council of her host agency and is ranked among the top 20 agents out of 20,000, proving that she's not just in the game, she's setting the standards. From dreamy destination weddings to globe hopping birthday bashes, her custom curated itineraries span London, Costa Rica, Paris, Bali, India, Dubai, Egypt, Kenya, Zanzibar, Brazil, Colombia, and beyond. A proud single mom that loves to travel with her own son to collect moments, not things. As a purpose driven leader, Valerie's mission is to always leave people better than where she found them, and to always remember that if you can dream it, she can book it. So, Valerie, welcome to the Dream Seller Show.
Thank
How are you
you.
doing?
I think it's early, but we're making it work.
Yes, you look very good, very fresh, and
Thank you.
ready for the morning of this podcast. So let's start with when and how did you first start your travel business?
Well, I was already doing weddings. I was already doing weddings in my city, in my state area. And the person that tried to pitch me the business, right? They, try to recruit me. I'm like, I'm good. I'm already established. I'm already doing my own thing. I end up taking a trip to Florida for another convention and something I was involved in. And when I got back, she messaged me and was like, "Hey, do you know that you could have came back to this? I saw you rent this truck. I saw you stayed at this place." I'm like, "Okay, now you're talking my language, right?" She's like, "You already do weddings. You can do them on this side." And that was like, okay, I'm really listening now, So the potential of DIY, like do it yourself, or setting up a wedding in the States versus destination was a huge difference, right? So that was my first time getting involved in travel.
Okay, that's so nice to hear. So, what was the first thing which came into your mind when you decided that, okay, you want to become a travel advisor? Or should I frame it like what inspired you to become a travel advisor?
I think for it, my entire group of friends, I was the only one already doing this anyway. I'm one of those, that a lot of people, a lot of travel agents advertise to, right? Like if you're already planning group trips and you're already planning things for your family, friends, family reunions, we would take short trips, long trips, and I was already doing it, but I also wanted to show my son something different, and not knowing at the time, hey, this is affordable. We can do this. So that really inspired me already. It was my lane. So it's always been a passion of the planning anyway.
Oh, that's wonderful. So, from traveling to making people travel, that's the journey.
Yeah.
Great. So tell us about your first ever booking. How did it feel to sell that dream?
My first ever booking, I messed it up. And that's
Okay.
just the, some people don't want to tell them part of their story, but I have to be honest, I messed up my very first booking. So to any agent out there listening, listen, it's okay. Um, they were very understanding. Actually charged their card twice for a substantial amount of money. So it's moved over and they're still my clients to this day. So my first booking as a certified travel agent was 2017. And so they're still my clients and go every year with me to this day. So it was okay, but I definitely messed it up.
That's a gutsy one to admit it, but I'm sure if they are still your clients, they love you.
Mm-hmm.
Which place was it? Like where you have arranged the trip?
Taking them to Mexico.
Okay. All right. Okay, so do you remember the first time you booked a culture holidays trip and how was the experience? What stood out to you about the experience?
Okay, so what I think that a lot of travel agents don't realize is that culture holidays is a B2B. So it's business to business. They don't sell to anybody unless you are a business, a travel agent already. So I wasn't expecting to get the support. I wasn't, because here it is, a country that I'm listening to other people and hey, how you do this, how you do that. So every question, I think maybe I might have got on your nerves too. But Vikal was very instrumental in that part of, oh, I got another question. What about this to this?
Mhm.
So my very first trip of having we took 62 people to Dubai, and having someone there when I got there, the bus was ready to take us, and we had to have two buses at the time because it was right after pandemic. So doing that and having the support. So I think that the hand holding and that you guys still do to this day, you guys it's way different now. Like they have way more tools now than we did when we first started using you guys. So, which is awesome. But I think that would, if I have to go back and look at the very first time, it's the support.
Okay, that's wonderful to hear because we always try, to support our agent at our best to give the best experience. And yes, we are also evolving over time. So getting
Yeah.
better day by day.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So now, before we go deeper, let's play a quick game to just
Okay.
lighten things up. It's called
Okay.
Pack or Pass. Okay. I'll just throw out some random travel items, few, and you have to instantly tell me that if you would like to pack it or pass it.
Okay. Pack
Okay.
it up.
Are you
Okay.
ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Neck pillow.
It depends on how far we're going. Okay. Pack it.
Okay. High heels.
Pass it.
All right. Yes, comfortable shoes are much better, right?
Right.
Okay. Power bank.
Pack it first.
Instant noodles.
Say it again.
Instant noodles or instant, that meals thing, which we instantly prepare. No.
Oh, pass.
Okay. Selfie stick.
Pass.
Okay. Hardcover guidebook. Any guidebook you carry?
Carry. It's on our phone. Pass.
Okay. All right. All right. I think you don't need that when you are with us.
Right. Right.
Yeah. All right. So now let's talk about your specialization and passion. So,
Okay.
which specific type of travel or market do you specialize in, and what makes it unique to your business?
So group travel, most definitely is group travel, destination weddings, like all the love aspect of travel is what I do. So vow renewals, destination weddings, proposals, honeymoons, all that.
Yes.
So for it to be unique to me, I don't sell travel and I don't sell trips. I sell the experience.
Mhm.
So that's something, even from here, whether it's the culture, going into Africa, going to Dubai, Egypt, being able to do culture, being right there in the moment, local, um, all those things is to be able to be safe and enjoy those things locally with people. Like we don't want to just go to the tourist areas.
Okay.
So it's just to have that type of fun, but I brand it by the experience.
Okay. All right. Okay, so there is one question that if travel was a person, how would you describe your relationship with it?
We go together real bad. We're in it. We're definitely in a committed relationship. It's my best friend, lifelong partner. I'm gonna be in travel forever.
I think that's the best partner one can get. Yeah. Okay. So, has ever there been a moment that you felt like a true dream seller?
Not just with Culture Holiday, correct? Any
Mhm.
just
Yes, yes.
period.
Any trip you, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That would look like a single mom like me,
Mhm.
using her last to go on a trip and me providing the experience and a trip of a lifetime, because some people do give their last and they may not go on a trip again for 2 years as a single mom, trying to juggle life and bills and things. So to see like someone's son for the first time on a plane screaming, like we're flying, those type of moments for sure. High five in Disney, even if it's stateside. Or Mickey Mouse, I'm saying, I'm sorry, high five in Mickey Mouse, or seeing the Incredible Hulk, or um can't even think about it now. The Marvel characters at Universal, things like that, because those are once in a lifetime trips for some kids, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, that's definitely a dream trip for local.
Yeah. That's very true. The clients, when they tell you that they're very excited or that this is their first trip, they're flying first time, it's really
Yeah.
nice for the planner, definitely. Okay, so can you share a trip you booked with us that made your clients really happy?
Uh, every one of them. I think when you do these and people hear that from travel agents or hear that from the person that you're asking and you say all of them, I'm not paid to say that. Like I really have, I have made my clients happy at every single one of them. And if you just pick one, I could give you one scenario.
Yeah.
Even I think we could talk about Bali, and we won't talk about the places or things, the common things that people talk about. It's the little things of detail, like the transportation to and from the airport to go to Nusa Dua maybe was a 3 hour, 4 hour drive. But in our vehicle, all the luggage didn't fit. Culture Holiday had already took note of that, and we had another, um, you called them luggage trolleys behind us, like another vehicle of a
Mhm.
driver to drive our
Mhm.
luggage.
Mhm.
So the things that you don't think about, here we just think charter bus. Or my first trip was Dubai, so I knew it was going to be a charter bus, not going to the smaller areas or smaller islands that don't have those big buses like that. They have buses, but they're not as big, right? So to have that, it made everything, and he was with us for the whole trip. So they brought our luggage back, and it was safe, and nothing ever lost or stolen. Those types of things, they make them real happy, because I wouldn't know. I haven't been there yet. I wouldn't know to think of that. So those little pieces for Culture Holiday, putting that value into the package, definitely worth it.
Okay. So I think stress-free travel is the best,
Yeah,
when
for
you don't
sure.
have to panic
Convenient.
about the things. Yes.
Right, right.
Okay, so now let's talk about some client stories and fun stories. So, what has been your most unforgettable client story? It may be, anything strange, funny, or weird,
I have plenty of weird.
whether you have booked or not booked. Yeah.
Um, I think unforgettable are the proposals, because they're getting bigger, and the men are getting more, like you wouldn't think they put that much thought into it, but to leave me to do it. So, and they fully execute it, that's always going to be unforgettable, right? The weird, it's the clients that want to take reptiles on the plane, like take their pets on a trip, and
Okay.
that's weird.
Mhm.
Um and the people that think that they can cross, like go into Europe or go across the international date line for $500. Like, uh, and really be serious when they ask, like, my budget's $500. I'm like, yeah, no. So those, Those would be my.
Definitely. We all have those, client moments where you get this, request. All right. So was there any moment that you felt that we made your job easier, as in terms of booking, when you have not confirmed the client in any of the tools or anything which helped you?
uh, yeah, anywhere. India.
Mhm.
India was very it was personal surprise, especially it was my birthday. Our birthday. I have a twin. So it was, I would say, making us get up early in the morning to see the Taj Mahal. That just made it easier, even if there was some moaning and groaning. It got us through the tour. Less people at the Taj Mahal, so not a lot of people in our photos. That definitely made it easier. So when you guys look at the itineraries for a lot of these places, it's thought out,
Yes,
and
yes.
not a stone unturned. So that made it easy for sure. Easier.
Mm, definitely. All right. So now let's take a fun break. So
Okay.
every travel advisor faces, tough client objections. So now let's see how fast you can burst them in our signature game, Objection Busters. So
Okay.
you have got 15 to 20 seconds to respond to each one of them. Okay. Or we can
Okay.
give you a little more time. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay. The first one, that's too expensive.
Um, what's your budget? Because I have a destination for any budget. I can make this affordable for anybody. Okay. I did that in 20
Very
seconds.
well said. Yeah. Okay. Another objection is I just book it online.
I don't think I've ever been told that. Okay. Booking online doesn't come with me. It doesn't come with my services. So you book it online and you're
Got
enter
you.
at your own risk.
Hmm. Okay. Another one is maybe next year.
Uh, absolutely. We can get started now and start making payments because a lot of
Mhm.
people don't realize we can take payments in the further the better, right? So absolutely. I'm not gonna leave money on the
That's a
table.
smart one. Yeah. I need to check with my husband or wife.
Okay, this is where I have evolved because my old answer would have been you don't check with your husband to buy that purse, right? So the professional answer would be um absolutely, I would love you to check with your husband and put the sense of urgency, right? So definitely get back with him to make sure he doesn't want to add something else. And let's chat again tonight at 9,
Mhm.
right? Like I would put a time, sense of urgency, but having the husband involved may bring like a different feel where he wants to add a day. He wants to do an extra excursion. I don't necessarily think that's a negative thing, right? But I still would put a time frame on the reconnection, right? So you don't lose
Yes.
connection with your client.
That's a good one. Okay. I found it cheaper elsewhere.
Okay. Send it to me. Let's compare. Let's see what you're getting versus what I'm bringing you.
Okay. I'm not sure if this destination is safe.
I have never had that. Uh, I will probably already be knowledge in the destination, right? So I would probably throw a story or something because all my destination people know that I look at how do they treat women? Is it safe at night? Um, wearing, things like that, people of color. So I don't really get that. Um, I would already know. So for the agents that wouldn't know about the destination, let me show you the ways that it is safe, and I'll email them to you or whatever. I wouldn't duck the question, but I would typically know the destination. So if you gave it to me, then I would know.
Okay, that was very informative. So now let's move forward to some sales and success strategies.
Okay.
So, what's your go to way to turn an inquiry into a confirmed booking?
Oh, listen. Listening is first. I think a lot of travel agents listen to respond, but I would listen first to all the wants that the person needs, right? Because sometimes you may not be able to fit all the wants into what they want into their budget, right? it's kind of like speed dating. But if you listen to your client and put every single thing down, I don't care if it's to the, if you guys talk about the color, their favorite color, um, if it's their birthday, how to make somebody feel special, and they show up to their room and the sash on the door is their favorite color and it says happy birthday. So listening is probably the most underrated thing that someone can turn an inquiry into a confirmed booking.
Okay, all right. And what's the most common objection you hear and how do you handle it?
uh, that's the same thing that most everybody get, is the money. It's
Mhm.
not enough money up front to travel like right now. A lot of people are so last minute and they don't realize that last minute isn't this weekend. Last minute is the next 45, 60 days, because that's the allotted amount of time that a lot of people need for a deposit option. So how I overcome that is offering them to push the trip back, advising, like I'm taking my travel agent hat off and putting my travel advisor hat on and say, we can still do this. Let's push it back to give you more time to pay off. Right. So that's how I would do that.
Okay, great. And that's your wordings. I really like it. That putting the hat from travel agent to travel advisor, putting the hat of travel advisor.
Yeah.
That's a real nice thing. Okay. So how do you convince your clients to focus on value instead of price?
Attraction marketing. So a lot of people will come to me because of a video that they saw, or that they saw me in destination. I travel so much. So attraction marketing is number one, because they want to feel that. It's like the FOMO. They have the fear of missing out. They want to, oh my gosh, I want to be on a hot air balloon, right? I've always wanted to do that. Things like that. And recording my hot air balloon experience. So that's the value that I can put in, instead of the money, right? So if they come and ask how much something like that costs, then they have a gauge of, okay, you know what, I can do this. Let's do this at the end of next year instead of this year. Things like that.
Okay. All right. And what is your favorite upsell or an add-on that client always thank you for?
Um, I call them forget me nots. They're like the remembrance, the connections, like the birthday. Because people are not gonna remember what you said, they're not gonna remember what you did, they're gonna remember how you made them feel. So that in transportation. So if it is a honeymoon or something special, and we get them private transportation, or the SUV transportation versus the shared or public, that makes them feel special. Like, okay, Val took care of us this trip. But the forget me nots, the birthdays, the special events, remembering that they just lost their mother, so a special note, or them coming home to a special note. I hope you reset and know that you took your mother with you. Things like that. The forget me nots is what people always love. The clients love those things.
All right. And how do you build your long-term loyalty with your clients that they, repeatedly come to you only?
Leave them better than where I found them. So we always have to protect the money and show the experience. They want to experience these places, right? And safe, of course, but leave them better than where you found them, because you want them to be return clients. Like, that's the money. Besides the follow-up, the money is return clients all the time, for sure.
From all the trips we offer, like Bali, Dubai, Greece, India, Egypt, or any of those, which one do you love selling the most through us, or which
Um,
destination?
I would say Dubai. I mean,
Mhm.
I say Dubai, and Dubai will probably be always the forefront, because of course we're running it back. We're going to do part two, but every time you go to Dubai, it's always something else you learn, or another place that you saw that you didn't see before. It's filled with so much, but it's so safe too. So Dubai, I have a lot of reasons I would say, and a lot of people don't realize that Dubai is affordable. It's
Yes.
not heavy expensive. It was also my very first dream trip. If I ever wanted, before I got into the business, I wrote down a trip that I wanted to take my son on that I just felt like was the trip of a lifetime, right? And so to be able to take him the first time, and see him running up, the desert, um, that was like super, hey, this is a checkpoint in my career that I know I'm making it, right? And be comfortable doing it. So I would say Dubai because it's definitely they come back changed and so much fun not thinking that Dubai is what it is.
Yes, definitely. Dubai is a very hot selling destination. Okay, so now let's move forward to some, future and aspirations. So,
Okay.
if you could only sell one destination for the rest of your life, suppose, so which would it be and why?
Mm, Africa.
Africa. Okay. Any particular part of Africa?
All if I could only sell a destination, I would have to say the whole part of Africa because Africa is all inclusive. Africa has culture. Africa has gaming that was so fun. History, city, nightlife, it all over. So I would have to say Africa because that's
Okay.
my way of cheating because I can't narrow it down to one spot. But if I could make money in this business and sell a destination, it would be Africa.
Okay, wonderful. All right. So, what's one dream destination you have not sold yet but would love to?
Antarctica.
Antarctica.
I,
Okay.
I have to say Antarctica because that's one, continent that we haven't been able, we haven't done yet. So it's
Okay.
it would be let's go step foot on it and come back.
All right. Okay. And which recent trip you have completed with us with Culture Holidays, and how was your experience?
Um, we don't have enough time to tell my experience. Africa. I
Africa.
did a country hop in Africa for our 40th a few months ago. Um, I would say that it was very unexpected. My experience was unexpected. I didn't know that I would like it, I would connect so much to it, getting to the motherland. We got there late. We had a culture holiday had definitely a guide there or a driver and a guide to come. He came, found us. So, it wasn't weird or awkward. Of course, took plenty of photos. We were so excited to get there. So of course we didn't go to sleep. But I think that the gaming reserve, we felt like kids because we were trying to find the big five and we didn't experience like, you see this on National Geographic. It's not something like I play with animals here like that, but we were looking for the lioness, we were looking for lions, like the hippos. The hot air balloon experience was definitely something now I can go to every destination and say, when we go back to Dubai, I got to do a hot air balloon now, right?
Right.
That was a magical experience. Um, Having the trip put together with transportation, knowing that we're going to be 3, 4 hours away from the airport, all that, that's very that was needed. So Culture Holiday provides so much value that people overlook. Uh, and then going to Egypt too. So like or Zanzibar. We went to Zanzibar, Tanzania. And same thing, guide ready for us when we got there. Gave us the ins and outs. Um, I picked that hotel, like, things like that. It was off the beaten path, but super fun, super fun. It was
Okay.
not cheap. It was not cheap, but it was super fun. It was super fun.
Okay, that's great to hear that you have enjoyed your trip thoroughly. Okay, so now let's move forward for another fun break. Now there is a rapid fire round. So the answers has to be quick. Okay,
Okay.
so
Thinking cap
are
on.
you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, first country you ever visited.
Dominican Republic,
Okay, your favorite destination you have sold.
Africa,
Which culture holidays destination do you love selling the most?
Dubai.
And if you had to recommend just one culture holidays group tour, which one would it be?
Gaming reserve, any gaming reserve, because the value of what you guys offer with transportation definitely is a bang for their buck.
Okay. What's a dream destination you have yet to sell but would love to?
Antarctica.
Right. Which destination could you visit again and again without getting bored?
Dubai.
In one word, how would you describe your personal travel style?
Timeless. Timeless.
Tiredness. Okay, wonderful. Share with us the best travel tip you always give your clients.
Easy. Collect moments, not things.
That's very true. Name a travel gadget you simply can't live without.
A portable charger.
Okay. What's one thing you always pack for every trip, no matter where you go?
Portable charger. Let me give a different answer. Those new those air conditioned fans, the handheld fans that's
Yes.
got yeah, that.
Okay. Okay. Now for some fun choices: beach vacation or mountain escape.
Beach.
Okay. Window seats or aisle seats.
Window.
Okay. And finally, last one: luxury hotel or boutique stays.
Okay, if I never went to Bali with Culture Holiday, I would say luxury. But you guys put us at a boutique and it was amazing. Okay, can I cheat and say luxury boutique?
Yes, I think we can do that. All right. So now let's move forward after this fun section to some wisdom. Okay. And this is going to be the last section. What advice would you give to new agents starting today, who are starting today?
I would say that you have to start. You just have to start because I know that sounds like what? That when you get into this business, you're going to get into information overload no matter where you get into this business at, right? Whether you're doing it on your own through a host agency, you're going to be in information overload. You're going to have to learn the system, right? But you're not going to learn everything before you start. There is going to be some things that you don't know. Allow your clients to help you grow your business and your knowledge. So it may not be Africa may not be on your list right now. But if you get a client that asks you for Africa, lean on Culture Holiday, lean on some of the, things that you know about it, that they already have some trips put together, whether you have to make it a private personal trip and add some things that that client wanted. My best advice is just to start, like get your system set up and then jump out there, whether it's social media, word of mouth, taking business cards. You have to start, or, nothing changes if nothing changes, right? So I definitely would just start because you will not learn everything overnight.
That's a very nice line again, that getting started, is the key mantra. That's
Mhm.
very correct. Okay. If you have to describe culture holidays to another travel advisor in one sentence, what would you say?
Let me put my sentence together first. Register, register with Culture Holiday and spend 30 to 45 minutes on the site because that's my sentence. But I say that
Yeah.
because remember they're B2B, and that's a big thing. Somebody can't go and compare a price with another, consumer site. But once you play with the site and go straight to tours, you're going to see every single tour in every single country that they can do, and it will spark like excitement for yourself because you can literally put a group out and start advertising for it. It's like a cheat code, right? It's already curated for you, it's already put together. You can add things to it, take things away. It's just that simple. And I think some people make it hard when they first start looking at, or they get involved with lots of suppliers and don't know where to start, right? But with Culture Holiday, I definitely would register and then play on the site for 30 to 45 minutes because the tools that are in the toolbox now were not there 10 years ago. So being able to have videos done, flyers already made, a website that people can go to, like an affiliate link. All those things are great tools to have in your toolbox, and they're only getting better.
Okay. Thank you so much, Valerie. Now, the last question of the podcast. If you could gift one dream trip to your younger self, where would you send yourself?
Oh, that I haven't already been to?
Yeah, maybe. No problem.
Italy.
Italy. Okay. And why so?
Because like I grew up in the Golden Girl era, right? So like Sicily and Venice and seeing the gondola rides
Mm.
and everything. I just, listen, I think Italy is Tuscany, like we love wine, so why not?
Okay, that's a great choice. So, Valerie, what an inspiring journey. Thank you so much for sharing your story and your wisdom with us. I hope you have enjoyed the podcast.
I did.
That's great to hear. So now you have seen what an inspiring journey Valerie have, and I'm sure that many of the agents have learned so much from this podcast through Valerie's wisdom. Thank you so much for watching us on this episode of the Dream Seller Show. And if today's story inspired you, share it with a fellow travel advisor because this community grows stronger when we grow together. I'm your host, Rajni Pandey, and until next time, keep selling dreams, not just trips. See you next time.